GM, just give me a few seconds in order to share the links, etc., get some people in, and let's go from there. Just bear with us, folks. Let me just share it for 2 seconds. Get some more people in. Obviously, I think like this is the first time we've been live after the stream with Candy Apple, which was quite the good one, right? Like we had like what? I think like 500 live viewers at some point, which is kind of sick. Given like NFTs are quote unquote dead, and Solana NFTs are allegedly super dead, right? So let's see. There we go. I just got a mail, by the way, that my Ghost Star figure should have arrived within what's it called? Within the mail, right? So if anyone knows about like the Ghost Star figures, Medievals Ghost Star figures. Suck. Cannot find them. Actually, I should be able to find them on Twitter. I'm nearly done, by the way, just so you know. Just like as a point of reflection from the past month, right? Like March has definitely been crazy. We've had quite some people on. We had Medievals on, we had Hacks on, Rogues, and Solana Strays. And I do kind of feel that, like, I mean, like, Good morning, Mr. Champ. How are you doing, brother? Quite the month, right? For like NFTs being dead, allegedly. I think even like in the midst of Mad Lads just like tanking like there's no tomorrow, really. Which is kind of insane, right? Let's take a look at the chart. I mean, geez. This is actually like the lowest point Mad Lads ever have been. Cyberbull, how are you doing, brother? I mean, dang. That sucks. It's kind of crazy how like they just never really like did like any better like after like announcing their TGE, right? Isn't that nuts? I mean, like at the one hand, man, like I've heard like so many fucking people on like both sides, with like people just like asking like community managers to be yo, I'm not gonna lie, dude, like happy to have you chilling and tuning in. Relax while we are not being relaxed on the NFT market. I mean, just look at this. Ugh. I saw something to where I actually saw some kind of a post about like Matt Vincent, like a community vote on Matt Vincent being like booted off his spot. Let me see. Let's see. Community manager. Soul Lord. There we go. Time to catch the bottom and pick up some grills. Hell yeah. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie on that aspect though. Like, we don't know what the bottom is, right? I'm just stating the obvious here. By the way, let me know if my volume on like the microphone is like good or like if it's like echoey, metally, whatever. But like, could be like a great time to actually like catch some knives, right? But fact is, like, these things might actually take like a whole lot longer than we would want them to, right? Because like they might just like do, let's say this is the bottom, right? They might just do this. Who knows? Thank you, Cyberbull. They might just do this. Again, no financial advice. At this point, we don't fucking know, right? I'm just stating it like it is. But like, if you're looking at like for the sake of like trade setups, right? I'd be more inclined to just like go for things which are looking more so like they're about to like they've broken out, really, to be honest with you guys. Just stating it like I kind of feel like it is. I do kind of feel though that I mean, with DGAs, for example, right, we can do like two things. Either like this is gonna be your bottom, I believe, or we're just gonna do whatever, right? But like I think like there's like an equal argument to where the retest is done. Like we're still like above. We never close below this channel, right? We never close below like the breakout. So having said that, like I'm a lot more comfortable in like structures which basically look better. Let's say like for the sake of it that another like scenario would be like right here to where it will be more so like this. Boom, boom. That's another one, right? Like, who knows? But like, never know. The bottom world conflict can put us lower, but long-term holding can be a small right. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this much: I have not seen like this hate on a project ever since Frank D got, really. Right? I think like Frank D got was like the last who got like that much flag. So yeah, I mean, like let's see. It's probably like a better time to buy them and rather than sell them, right? Like I do kind of feel, again, like if you're a purist for like the purpose of art, there's some cool looking ones. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I think like this is pretty cool. Tummy gun, well, there you go. You're trying to get that DGOP Mythic. What DGOP Mythic are you eyeing, dude? DGOP Mythic, let's see. I mean, like this one is being listed like just lower on like a daily basis, it seems, right? It does look like very good though. 5872. I know which radio you're talking about. I won't share it here because like that might spoil your fun, right? It's a good one, but you know what, like as well, like Cyberbully, you might as well just, because like you might as well just like use that as collateral, right? To like bargain with like a little bit with. Right? What you could do is just like get yourself to the other sellers or like from other mythic skins and just like be like, hey, like there's another one being listed way cheaper than what you're listing it for. But yeah, I mean, like it's interesting, right? Because like we're seeing like some kind of a fact is we're gonna see, I'd reckon, like rather soon, whether this, I mean, like it's either this and we completed like the retest, right? And I do think that we should like start like going up like quite heavily, and like especially repair from like this kind of zone, right? Like in a best case scenario, we would still like, what are we buying? I mean, GM Bob, I do kind of feel that like NFTs are just like in a really interesting spot right now. It kind of looks like I'm not going to lie. Scuffy, what's up? I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, folks. Really happy to see like this many familiar faces. Bob, Scuffy, Cyberbull, Mr. Champ. Always like a pleasure to have like each and every single one of you being here. I mean, like, it's gonna be interesting what like DGOTs are gonna close, right? They're either well, either Gulag or this, I'd reckon, right? Medievals, very interesting, right? Like we had like quite like the good stream the other day, actually like a few days ago, to where like fucking 500 people. Yeah, I mean, it looks steep. It looks like we need to fucking fix this soon, right? Because like fact is, like if this is just gonna be like a fake out, then we're kind of screwed. Then we'll probably just go lower. Appreciate the kind words. Bob saying he picked up 6 more floors on mints. Oh, let's go to Bob. We all know you have we all know you have a problem, brother. No, all jokes aside, like let's go to mints like in a little bit, right? Like because like they're at an interesting spot. Like I do kind of feel like to where most of the times I feel like a big event like this would be like a sell the news event. I can only imagine people just like losing their minds and actually being like, oh shit, like I got all my medievals locked. I cannot I need more medievals to burn with. I can see something like that happening. Other than that, I do feel like with DGOTs in general, there are just like so many good ones, right? I think this one is like really nice right at the floor. Orcs on top for sure. I think like this one is like super cool as well. What number is it? 454. Well, there you go. I mean, like, that's season 1 for you. Like, I truly don't give a shit about season 1. I'm not gonna lie. Season 2 looks good though, right? Like, especially if you zoom in on it. I mean, like, what are the wings even to begin with, right? Like, they kind of look like candle wax melting a little bit. you see like the flowers, etc., etc. But then you have like the rainbow goo kind of dripping off, which is just like interesting food for thought in my opinion. Yeah. Season 3 is pretty good, I would reckon. Now, like I'm not gonna say that like it should be sold higher than the floor, because like I just feel like it's a really decent floor. But I'll tell you guys this: whenever there will be more liquidity in, right, I do kind of feel that there will be like a lot more appreciation for like this single trait being like the angel wings. And it might not be right now, but like actually like the angel wings are quite rare. Only 263 angel wings in like the collection. That's not too much at all, right? I don't think like, I think that's even considered. How is the trait considered even? It's a super rare trait. Appreciate you tuning in, Cyberbull. Yeah, the next time like I'll fix my I probably went live at the worst fucking time to begin with. Like Europe isn't quite awake yet, and like America's like pretty much about to sleep. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I'll speak to you soon. Scuffy saying, dude, I'm surprised Devils didn't sell out. I mean, it can take a little bit. How much like percentage wise, like how much sold? Oof. Jeez. Big important vote for Matt Lads. Do you want Vincent to be removed from being a community manager? Please explain why you choose yes or no in the comment section. Provide a screenshot with proof if needed. Ooh, yeah, I mean, like, that's pretty bad, not going to lie. I will tell you this though, Scuffy, and like should be known, right? Like I've had some conversations with like the founder of what's it called, Devils, right? I was kind of intrigued by their story, to where they started out being like a derivative from medievals and degods, being de-evils, right? And it got my attention, but I like the art. I minted a few myself. I should also say that, just being transparent, that they like literally created like a 1 out of 1 for me, or like something specific, right, with like a trade, to where, I mean, like, I found that like really cool, right? Obviously, I'm also just gonna say call a spade a spade. I kind of felt like they slipped over banana peel, and then it was like, boom, the launch is live. I think like I did not quite understand like why they did like the way they did, and I'm not hating on them, right? Like I've been on conversations with them. I mean, like, I like the art. I told them like, hey, like the art is just like the beginning of everything, right? Like you gotta like forming the community, right? Giving them stuff to look forward to, etc., etc. It's kind of a constant loop. You gotta keep people entertained at the end of the day. Like, we're in like the content era, and that's just like truth to it. Yeah, the art is like really cool. I just don't get why they just went like, boom, we're live. I think that was like a huge mistake, because I do think that the art is good enough to where I'm like, it looks really cool, but like at the same time, 35 percent is not like horrible, but like it's so there's like another what's it called, like there's another NFT brand, Micros, where it might have been a mistake launching the way they did. Yeah, I think like they made a mistake, which is not like the detriment of like their own like project, right? Like they still have to like get to a few things. They still have to, I mean, like they'll probably still mint out, but I do kind of feel that you have to build hype, anticipation, and I kind of felt like they were right in the midst of just like setting up the partnerships, and then it was like boom, we're live. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. But yeah, it is what it is. Now they'll have to deal with it. I learned, like, I'm into the few. I did not get the best in the mints, I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is. Like, the art is kind of cool. I do appreciate how they went from being a derivative and actually like putting effort in like not being a derivative anymore. I can appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, like, this is NFTs for you, right? Like, there's always some fuckery going around which you would need to fix, and they'll have to deal with this, and like it's going to be interesting, right, to see like what this is going to look like at the end of the day. I keep trying to pull a 1-on-1. I'm into 26. I mean, like, in hindsight, you could have dude, like, Scuffy, like, you gotta tone it down. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you could have bought yourself like a Grill D-God with that, or a 1-out-of-1 medieval with that. This is something else I find like quite interesting. I mean, matlats are absolutely they're in a lynching kind of state, right? With like the vote for Matt Vincent. I mean, like, I haven't like interacted with the guy ever. Here's the reason why I chose yes, obviously, like to boot him off his position. This kind of behavior shouldn't be normal or acceptable. Wait, let me just zoom in. This kind of behavior shouldn't be normal or acceptable, especially when it comes from the community manager of the collection, which used to be top 1 of the Solana. He never did any real work for the project. Instead he just acts like a clown. Welcome to Phil Lad. Florist, keep going now. Matlat bomber jacket made me look like a penguin. Point still not earning in my region. Monad drop worse than W. No good drops on horizon. Matlats can show quality, just art. No one D will hold just art. D-Gods will have staking. Dust token, passive income. Alpha and good community. I mean, I'm just gonna say it like it is. Like, these kind of posts are kind of like low-key retarded, right? No, I'm not saying he should be like banned from his position as like community manager. I have no opinion on that really, but like when your floor price is doing this, I'm not sure if like these kind of just like retard monologues are like the way to go at the bottom. I don't think that's a controversial take. Voted no. I don't think Vincent is the issue. More of a scapegoat. most controversial choices are coming from top down, and so Armani gets his shit together. Matt Lads will continue to suffer. This is how I see things as well when it comes to Armani, but Vincent has done more damage to the community than anyone else with his retarded attitude and communication. It's a yes from me. I have respect for him. Apart from backpack case, I don't think he manages Matt Lat's community well. He's not showing respect to many holders, as we use to get airdrops, whitelists, etc. Not getting these anymore, let alone shows there's a problem with the community manager. Yeah, so basically what happened with Matt Latz, as far as I know, I made a video on this, by the way, and like, don't mind me sharing like the stuff I made. Guys, like you should like make sure that you're tuning into my YouTube channel as well, because Matt Latz are capitulating what happened all there. TLDR, what happened, and still like have a look at the video, because like I'm going more into like detail there. But people were not happy with where things started to derail, in my book, is where people were just like not really happy on the airdrops. Yeah, I mean, like no worries, but like I think like that's pretty much it, right? People were not happy with the airdrops, and we're here, right? I think it is what it is. And like allegedly, like there's a lot of things to where early stage staking, etc., did not really convert or like pay off. Yeah, like people sometimes expect too much. I get that, but like I also kind of get that, like if people are alluding to like the craziest kind of airdrop, and it's pure shit, that I do get how it frustrates people. Let's see at their token. Well, let's see. Yeah, I do kind of feel like something like that has been alluded to. I'm not sure. So I shouldn't speak on this. But I mean, like, you know what? Like, I've had like the conversation with many people, right? On when you're buying an NFT, like, what is it you're buying, right? You're buying the art, man. Everything else is a bonus. And like that's like the good thing about like DGOTs, right? I mean, like what you can say like right now with like pretty much like 100% hit rate, if like something just goes like incredibly well, like MATLATs, like DGOTs, but I do think that DGOTs actually went like a lot better than MATLATs, right? If you're looking at floor price, etc., etc. Human emotion happens, right? Like with DGOTs, it was down here, I believe. It started off with like people not liking season 3. Well, I mean, let's just say it like it is. Wait. There we go. I don't think season 3 is that bad. Not at all. I think like actually like season 3 is quite cool looking, but like it really depends on like whatever you want, right? I don't think like this is shit art. I actually think like it's quite cool. So yeah, but you know what? I mean, like, however you look at these things, right? And this is just like the truth to it, in my opinion. You're either just like bullish on or bearish on like Solana NFTs, right? I mean, like, we're definitely in like the depression stage, right? Like, no one really is like advocating for Solana NFTs or whatever, right? Other than your boy right fucking here. Everyone is just like super depressed. It's never going to be a thing anymore, yada yada yada. And like, if you are looking, or you were looking to just like get in, then this might be like a great opportunity. I mean, like, this is looking quite fucking good at floor price. Like, are you kidding me? Or like one soul above floor price. Who cares? It's pretty cheap. Like, it's really cheap, actually. I think, right? Like, I mean, oh, what can I say, folks? Right? Like, either the grants, like the people are right, and like Solana NFTs are never ever gonna be a thing anymore, or this might be like a really good time to actually like get in the market, right? I mean, like, I'm getting in the market, like, also like on the stage of like what I'm doing right here, right now, right? Like with the streaming, with the content creation, etc., etc. It's doubling down on Solana NFTs at the end of the day, right? Because I think like we have something special here, to where, I mean, like, I think it's great user experience. I think it's great. I think it's great art. I think it's great communities, right? Like, you see like Ethereum people salivating on the fact that there's no Solana NFT above like a 2K floor. Who cares, right? It's not like Ethereum NFTs are doing any better, right? Who are we kidding? To me, it's going to be like not an if, but when these NFTs are going to be back. How do you want to position yourself, right? Like, do you want to be like one of the guys who was there early, kind of as in buying Pokemon cards before the COVID crash, right? Because like Pokemon cards like actually only took off like after COVID. Yeah, Mutant Ape Yacht Club being at 1.5k. Yeah, well, there you go. But there's also like a reality to where this will be it. I mean, like, holy shit, look at Mids, for example. They're killing it. There you go. Actually, man, Medieval's looking fucking insane. Let's see. I mean, like, the worst thing which can happen right now would be like this, right? I don't know though. Like, Yeah, I mean, someone creates the metaverse, NFTs will boom. I don't really care that much for like metaverses, because you know what, like so many have like fucking shoved it down our throats, and like I really never cared for it, to be honest with you. Also, like Meta, so Facebook, has stopped like the development for like the metaverse, like to where they burn so much money on that. Bob saying training ends in 30 days. Will be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I'll tell you this much, Bob. I do think like it's incredibly important for like both Candy Apple and Johnny to make it extremely attractive for people to like keep on locking their things in training. I think like that should be like the number one kind of thing. When Q2 roadmap? Facts. True. Should be soon. But like honestly, like guys, like you know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like the 2019 Bitcoin chart. Wait. Trading view Bitcoin. Oh geez. Boom, this should be a lot better. This to me kind of looks like Medievals does. Obviously not the exact same, right? But it does look similar. Cat, you said you're not into metaverse, but what's an NFT without something like that? Art is just kind of boring. Player 2, the movie made us all believe these NFTs for those who gig over NFTs and stuff. I mean, like it's maybe boring to you, but like let's put it like this: Pokemon cards doesn't need like a metaverse, right? To me, like NFTs are very much like Pokemon cards. I don't mind, like I don't think it's boring at all. I think like I literally drool and salivate to just like look at my NFTs and be like, oh shit, where can my collection improve? Where can I not, right? I don't think you'd need to like really do anything. Now, I'm not saying it wouldn't be good. More utility is always better, but I think like the product is like quite good enough as it is. Am I smoking crack, chat, or like this does kind of look similar, right? Pokemon does have a whole universe, programs and games. Yeah, true. But like, and you're absolutely right. But like, at the same time, like, so does NFTs, like a little bit, right? Like it's a lot smaller, but they're also like a lot younger, right? So like time to develop and grow, etc., etc. It just needs like time to like develop these things, right? Like lore is being built like as we speak, right? Like who knows? Like just like imagine something, right? Like let's say, like for the sake of it, I mean, like guys, like this does look very much alike. I'm not gonna be in denial on this one, actually. I think it's like the exact fucking same, actually. I think like this is gonna be like your major wave like 3 coming in. Just imagine, right, what that would look like. Let's see, can we... Is there any way to where... Orcs have games. Well, there you go. It's true. I mean, like, it's... There's one thing, like, you guys gotta understand, right? Because, like, with Pokemon cards, like, a lot of, like, these moms have just like quite literally given away their useless card collections to their neighbors' kids, etc., etc., right? Like no one ever thought it would be like a thing anymore, and here we are, right? Everyone being pissed off at their mom for like giving away their most precious cards. Man, wait, let me... Because I kind of do feel I'm onto something here. Why cannot... No. Join for free? Maybe this is something I can actually do on... I should be able to do this, actually. Wait, let me... I'll tell you this much, though. Like, if we're just, like, looking at... Fibonacci ratios, right? Like... Oh, fuck. I fucked it up. Let's say hypothetically this is like the same. And it went all the way to like the 3618. Medievals. 3618 being at 30 salamis. That would be fucking nuts though. Now, do I think that's likely? Not really. I don't think it's likely. But like you cannot... It does kind of look similar, doesn't it? $16. I mean, like... Just imagine though. I think I'll tell you guys this much. I think this month is going to be like incredibly interesting. For medievals, we're like the mint is gonna go live, right? Maybe, like, having said that, maybe we should do something on like the medievals mints. I think like a lot of like interest has been generated on like the medievals mint to begin with, really. What if they would just like take off for like the next fucking few months, or like 1 month just before like the training unlocks, right? What's gonna happen? Like interesting times, that's what. Interesting time for sure. I have no clue. There's like a lot being offered though. And I equally think, like, isn't it training.medievals.com? Where can I see like the amounts of people having tuned into training for medievals? Okay, so like interestingly, 1,865 have been locked, right? Which is what, nearly half of all medievals. There's only 4.5k of medievals in circulation right now. Trainmids.cfi.xyz. Yeah. Gotcha. Thanks, man. Look small there, buddy. Oh, there you go. So, what? This is... Is this 40%? I think so. Something like 40% of like all medievals have been locked, making it to where there is only 2.7k left in the market. I mean, like, that's not a whole lot. It just isn't. And I do kind of feel, I mean, like, this is where things are getting like quite interesting, right? The selling pressure is kind of, I think it's a lot. I think like a lot of these things could just be bought up. Actually, especially with like with primevals around the corner, right? Like, I think in only like 3 days from now, people are going to be like, well, you know what? I kind of do like my primeval, so I don't care like if I need to burn like semi grills for it or like mid-res for it. I think like we're kind of there. I don't think we're going to see like people hardcore dumping with primevals. Just for the simple reason, like, there's not a whole lot to dump with. Right? For what purpose? I mean, like, this is... This is quite the chart, folks. I mean, no, again, like, I'm not telling anyone what to do or what not to do, but like, I'll tell you this much, like, I'm really happy that I've positioned earlier. Yes, I think so too, Bob. So Bob is saying, like, I think folks will dump floor primes unsaved. I think so too, but like, I don't think that's going to be to the detriment of medievals, because like, as long as they're unsaved, it's still a different NFT brand, right? It's not the same contract. It's only once they're saved, they're going to be on like the medievals contract. So we're going to get like some kind of a deflationary event to begin with. Like, honestly, guys, like, I have no fucking clue, right? But like, I do kind of feel that I mean, 30 days from now, that's a whole lot of time to just like do well in, I guess. I mean, like, we left like the accumulation zone, I would say. Obviously, we still need to just like close, right? Like, if we would just like close like this, then who knows? We could get something like this until we would actually break out. But I'm not gonna lie, like with NFTs, I mean, like MATLAB's probably like not the right kind of answer, or not the right kind of chart right now. But this does kind of look like we could like start building up some momentum, right? Like, look at like the fucking the sentiment right now. Like, how can it get like any worse than this? Serious question. Like, how does it get worse? And like, again, like if I were wrong, then charts like these, they would just like play out like as a huge deviation. I'd reckon something like that. I don't know. Interesting stuff, but like I do kind of feel that if you're talking about supply shock and all of the good stuff, I do think that like, guys, like, I'm not getting sponsored by medievals. No one is paying me to say this. I would have loved to pay to be paid to say this, but I do kind of feel that this could just, let's see. It's not that like I believe a lot of people will be like, well, I want to have like medievals for whatever reason. No. So Bob has asked me if I got my Ghost Star yet. No, I paid my fucking $50 VAT. I mean, like, that's such a scam, not gonna lie. And it should get here soon. Potentially actually, I think it's gonna like get in here today. I should probably open it on stream, which I actually will. Time of delivery today. It doesn't like specify when today though. So yeah, interesting food for thought, folks. I mean, like, this is kind of the most nuts kind of chart in NFTs right now. Actually, I might be yapping out on my ass with that one, because there's another one. All guests on the show, by the way, hello. This looks kind of sick as well, I'm not going to lie. All they need to do is just like break out. But Solana's trace, like, even though like the bear with me, folks, very, very, very small collections, right? Don't buy them if you want to just like turn like into a millionaire overnight. Like, generally you're best off with like the NFT collections with just like lots of good volume, right? Great active community, yada yada yada. And these ones are kind of small, but like, they're some of my favorite guests I've seen so far. And I mean, like, the only reason why the floor price is kind of down is because like this little bastard has been listed to begin with, right? We're only one floor away from like what, like a 15% increase. And again, I mean, like, the cool, I had them on. The cool part about like these guys is that stray animals actually get helped by with the royalties, right? Like 20% of all royalties, they go to, and actually like 20% of all revenue goes straight into the pockets of helping shelters, right? So like I think like I don't think it's a good cause. I think it's a great cause. I think like if you're into like pixelated art, I think like these guys are kind of on the money. If you like NFTs and like upcoming NFTs, just like check them out. They still have not fixed this for whatever reason, but like it might be a tensor kind of thing. But I'm always happy. Like I'm a fan of Solana strays. They're fun, right? They're a net positive. I think like they're cool. So yeah. Let's see. So I mean, like, not gonna lie, like, even though like the liquidity is pure shit on this one, because I mean, like, the market cap is just like really, really, really low. But like, might be, I mean, like, it's a narrative which really resonates with me, not gonna lie. So I mean, like, those are like some of like the ones I'm really curious about. I think, like, man, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of feel that with like the Primevals release, this just might be like generating some fireworks. I do kind of feel, especially when like the sentiment is like at an all-time low, everyone is like, oh well, like it's never gonna be a thing anymore. Even like fucking other NFT communities are shitting on Solana NFTs. I mean, like, you cannot script this better, while they're performing the absolute like the same, right? Again, in only a few days from now, we're gonna have like the Primevals mints. Wait, what? Oh, there you go. Only a few days from now. Guys, if you're interested, go to the NFT Cat yesterday, or actually like on Wednesday, or it was Thursday night for me. It was Wednesday. I had the pleasure of like interviewing Sir Candy Apple, right? We all know him from designing our beloved D-Guts. Probably like one of the best interviews I've had. Like, it was so much fun. We had like a shitload of like live viewers, like 500. We actually, like, that's my all-time high. 500 live viewers at the time. Check it out, right? Like, if you're into like new NFT brands, which are just like fucking around, finding out, medievals are like definitely want to keep an eye on. It should be mentioned that I have like medievals myself, obviously, right? But like, rather than just being like shilling my own bags, like, this is why I like these guys, because like they're engaging, they're fun, actually like trying new things, right? And in the midst of like trying new things, they come up with like Primevals being like a free mint for medieval holders, right? So how it works is you own and train a medieval, as in trainmedievals.com. You would own your medieval, then you would lock the bastard here. Voting on every trade is done. You would mint on like the 31st for free, which is in what, like 3 days from now? And then the random burn begins. We're not too many people like tuning in right here, right now. But like, none of these people, I don't want to hear anyone complaining like, hey, Cat, you did not give us like the heads up, because it is my duty to give you guys as many heads up as I possibly can. 95% odds that your free mint NFT will get burned, unless if you would save them by actually burning 2 medievals, right? So you can mint all you want. You actually need to like burn them in order to, well, save them. And I think like that's gonna be like so super interesting, actually. When was the orc mint actually? Where can I? Ah, there you go. November 18th. We actually dumped with the orcs. That's equally interesting. Well, then I don't know. We will see. It would just like make a whole lot of like sense to me if we would actually like rather go up than go down. I think like the biggest kind of difference is that it's going to be like very different from like the orc burn, right? Because like before you just like burn and that's kind of it. Now you can actually, you need to lock them to begin with in order to mint, and then you actually need to save, right? So it's gonna be interesting. I have no clue what to think on this one specifically, actually. Food for thought, folks. What are the one-on-ones going for these days, actually? Not so many available. Well, I mean, let's see. Interesting time for like NFTs right here right now. We might be like closer to a bottom than a top. I'll tell you one thing, right? Like a top doesn't quite look like this. Ugh. But the bottom might. So same goes for like oof, Utes shitting the bed. Let's see, folks. Like interesting times, right? Let's see if like this is gonna be like the first kind of the disbelief reality, like it would make sense in my book. Like too much depression right here, right now. But yeah, what do you want me to say? I'm just like a guy calling himself Cat Guy, right? The NFT Cat. So make your own financial decisions more than anything, and let's see what gives. Let's see. Anyways, guys, I think that that's gonna be it for now. I don't think like this is the most optimal time to stream for me and like for you as well, right? Because like at the end of the day, I do want to get like as many people in like the chat to where it actually makes sense. I do kind of feel like I made like a mistake to where I actually went on like too early for the Europe time zone and too late for America, right? Probably I will stream tomorrow again or later today, but like I will probably just like record like 2 or 3 videos, and potentially I will go live later. So yeah, also like don't forget to engage with like the YouTube, engage with Twitter. Everything is very much appreciated. I will try to be on later today as well, and well, let's see. If anything, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Makes my day. Really appreciative of that. Thank you, and on to the next one. Cheers.